Hi, Colette here. Welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share with you the latest discovery in neuroscience that is revolutionizing our field. It happened in 2000. In year 2000, when everyone was concerned about computer memories being lost, Karim Nader from McGill University in Montreal was a student in neuroscience, and he was asking himself a question about memories, about long-term memories in the brain, not in the computer, in the brain. So he was asking a question that for 100 years no one else has asked, because it was believed that long-term memories that are set in the limbic brain, in the emotional brain, are set forever. There is no way that someone could change the way they feel or remember about an accident. You know, when something happened to you, it's a memory, it's a long-term memory. It was known to be set in stone. Now, Karim asked the question that revolutionized the field. He said, what happens when we remember a long-term memory? What happens at the synapses, which is at the place where the neurons join together to create a memory? And everyone thought nothing is happening when it is set, when it is consolidated, like it's called in neuroscience. The synapses stay together forever. However, something else was happening, and Karim Nader was able to find out. There is a great news. What he realized is that when someone remembers a memory, the neurons actually slightly separate themselves, and the synapses are wider apart. And that means they can rewire themselves with other neurons. So what is super important is that when you have an event that happens to you, like a car accident, let's say, you have tons of memories all over the brain. They come from all the 5 senses: your sight, your hearing, your kinesiology, all of that is involved, all right? But those memories, they are like a tree in your brain, if you want. They are spread out like branches and leaves in a tree. And they are all collecting back together into the hippocampus, which is the limbic emotional part of the brain, in the deep center of the brain. And this would be like the trunk, if you want, of the memory. And then from the hippocampus, it sends out into the amygdala, into the emotional, really emotional part of the brain. The amygdala is the seat of anger and fear and really deep emotions. And from the amygdala, it sends a signal to your nervous system all over your body, affecting the heartbeat, affecting your ability to sweat, in your hands, all of that. So that's how a memory, a stressful memory, is created. Now, what if all the data was still intact, but when it arrives to the emotional trunk of the memory, there would be a detachment, and there would be a possibility to reattach a new type of emotion associated with the memories. So now there would be a peaceful type of emotion, a relaxing and peaceful type of emotion, even though there are still the same memories around what has been seen and heard. So now you have a completely new tree. The old trunk has been detached, let go of, and dissolved. That's what reconsolidation is about. You can change the core of a memory, the emotional part of it. And that's the emotional part of it that triggers everything in your body, that triggers the chemicals that are stimulating your hormones, that are stimulating all parts of your body and your nervous system, creating the feeling of stress all over your body. Now, if you eliminate the stress and you still have the memory, then you are at peace, you're not triggered anymore. And it becomes actually what is called a dormant memory. Yes, you can recall it, but it doesn't matter anymore because you don't have a strong emotional connection to it. So now you're free. Now imagine being free of all the negative events and situations that happen in your life that are still in you, working in your unconscious, on automatic, triggering the reactions in your body, the stress, the worry, the anger, all of that, and being totally free of that. This is the gift of what the science calls the window of reconsolidation. There is now hope, more than hope. We know how to unwire a memory and rewire it correctly with a much better sense of feeling that triggers more well-being in your life. In the next video, I'm going to explain exactly the steps that are needed to be able to do that, and then how we're going to do it, and later on you'll be seeing a demonstration. I'll see you in the next video.